Hi, I'm Irene Michaels with Eyeing the Scene, and today I'll be chatting with Martha Melman for our first episode of Powerful Partners for Today's Chicago Woman. As you know, Richard, Martha's husband, is the founder and chairman of the Let Us Entertain You dining empire. So without further ado, let's go find Martha.
Hi, Irene.
Hi, Martha.
How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Good.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, well, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
Well, we have some questions for you. How did you meet Richard?
Well, I met him at his first restaurant, R.J. Grunt's. This is eons and eons ago, 1971, and I was a customer there. And the restaurant had been open a couple of months, and he was standing at the front of the line, just relaxing for the first time, I think, since it opened, and said to himself, you know, I opened this restaurant to meet women, and I haven't even been able to have any time to do that. And I walked in as if on cue, and he said to his partner, Jerry Orzoff, now there, I would meet that woman. And so I got whisked to a table with my girlfriend, and we sat and had dinner, and he talked to my girlfriend all night.
I see.
And so when we walked out, she said to me, you know, I think he was really interested in me. And I knew a kindred spirit when I saw one. I said, no, I think he was interested in me. And sure enough, we got back to her apartment, and he was calling and said, I was too shy to talk, and I think you were too shy to talk to. And so we talked on the phone for an hour.
Has success changed your relationship from day one, from the empire that he has built and involving the whole family?
Everything changes, you know, it evolves and makes room for new aspirations, new goals. Richard didn't set out to make a restaurant empire. He opened one restaurant at a time, but that caused adjustments. He's impetuous and very creative. I'm a little more balanced. I'm a little more slow to react, less temperamental, less creative, certainly. So it's a good balance, because I'll provide that steady as she goes kind of mentality when it's needed at our home.
If you had a pet peeve about Richard, what would that be?
Well, I could do a first lady kind of thing and say he doesn't pick up his socks. I mean, more specifically, he puts wets and dries all together in the laundry hamper, and it makes for...
Oh, that's a no-no.
That's a no-no.
And what's your favorite restaurant? You have many. I know it's a very tough question.
You know, we met at R.J. Grunt's, and sometimes we'll be driving somewhere and we'll look at each other, and without even saying it, we'll just get off the expressway and go to R.J. Grunt's and have cheeseburgers. It's just, we need to do that every once in a while. I'm so proud of the newer restaurants that my kids have helped create and are managing, I think, so successful,ly.
I think the new one is opening tonight.
The new one's opening tonight, Bub City on Clark Street. So
Bub City, what a great name.
Yeah. It's completely different from the other things they've done, but I think you'll love it. Jeans and cowboy boots and
fun
barbecue.
That's my style. So what would you say is your biggest challenge, all working together or just in general?
Well, I think balance in all things is always a challenge, and balance of family time and business time is an issue for my children and my husband, and time for themselves, not just as siblings, but as individuals, how to map out a time where RJ can be RJ, and Molly can be Molly, and Jared can be Jared, and Rich can be Rich, you know, and not always be thinking about the restaurants. Richard is a dynamic, creative individual, and his mind never stops until I say, come home, let's go to a movie and just relax. And all of a sudden, he says to himself, yeah, that was what was missing in my life today.
And so what advice would you give to the new family starting out in the restaurant business, or even just as a person, a single person?
Well, I would say that you need to marry someone who provides balance, some good downtime for all the time that you're on, and some sense of self, so that you're not just sitting waiting for your partner to come home.
What is it that you do where you could really relax as Martha? What are your hobbies? What do you do to just go downtime for me?
I take classes, I read, I'm in a couple of book clubs, I travel with girlfriends. I'm as busy as I can possibly be.
Full life.
Full life, yes.
That's
Yes,
wonderful.
yes.
Well, thank you so much for
you.
joining us today and
Thanks.
letting us come into your world.
Thank you.
Thank you.